go crazy. You're eating. This is our first show back in how many months, and you're eating.
What are you even eating? I don't even know.
What are you even? You look like a rabbit. What are you eating? This is what you eat? Hello, everyone. We are Duffy women. Well, we're Duffy 2 women and a half.
Oh, she counts as only a half? I was thinking she counts as like 1.5 because she's just so extra.
Thank you. She is a lot. That's true. Welcome back, everybody. How are you? How have you been? How have you been, girls? Everything good?
Great.
Good?
Great.
Well, I have to say a lot. And when I say a lot, I mean a lot has happened since we were here last.
Oh my God.
We can't reveal everything that's happened because, well, we will eventually. But I had kidney stone surgery.
Oh my God. Wow. You had to just like talk about yourself at first, didn't you? You couldn't just mention that I slept in past 10 on Saturday. Like, that's rude. It's fine.
We also lost a beloved member of the family. Your grandpa Duffy passed away. Wonderful, wonderful, wonderful man. And we love him very much. And he's, I'm sure at peace and watching over us. And I don't know, he's probably has a few comments about us right now, but that's okay.
He's probably rolling his eyes at Sarah.
Exactly. He's probably has a few.
I came from his seed, so I don't know what he wants from me.
Okay.
Oh my God.
I did.
And there it is. Please respect the deceased. Anyway, but another big piece of news is that my oldest, Alexandra Mary Duffy, turned 30.
Oh yeah, that.
So like she's really old.
Oh my God.
Bitch, you're pushing 60, all right?
Yeah, what the heck? That was rude. That was rude.
Really even need to mention my age? I don't think so.
It's that kind of unaware narrative that the society has.
Oh, she brought out the unaware narrative.
We're 2 minutes in and we're using the big words. I love that. I do. I love that about
narrative.
I do.
I could spell narrative if I needed to.
Do it.
If I needed to. Wait, she's down on her phone. How do you spell narrative?
EQL.
But that was a big deal. So after my kidney stone surgery, we threw a little party for Alexandra Mary Duffy.
Socially distanced with masks on.
30. And how about there was like hand sanitizer at every table, right?
We did do that.
But the whole point of me bringing that up is the fact that, okay, you're another year older. Not only are you another year older, you're like a whole decade, into a whole new decade. You've left your 20s behind, like in the dust, girl. So you're 30.
I know. You're 30.
So
I'm dying.
Oh my God.
She's making it sound like she's like, your life is over.
It's over.
To be fair, I was very like aware of it leading up to it. And then to be very honest, it was very much overtaken. And now I'm kind of like, oh yeah, I'm 30. That's right.
No big
30,
deal.
Flirty and thriving.
But that's the whole point of what I wanted to talk to you and about with Sarah as well, but just age in general. So does it feel any different? Like, when I was 30, I was pregnant with Sarah.
Big bet you regret that moment, don't you?
No, I don't.
I just regret that you were a girl and not a boy, because if you were a boy, it would have been much easier for me.
I know it's only episode 1, but I have already.
Okay, 5 minutes into it, she's already got the eye patch over, or whatever that's called, sleeping pillow.
Welcome back.
But anyway, my point to you is, Alex, when I was 30, I was pregnant with Sarah. I'd already had you, obviously, and it was back in the day, probably the narrative you were talking about. You are supposed to get married, have children, and all of that was supposed to back in my day happen, by this time. Nowadays, it's not like that. Obviously, it's not as important. It's not a big deal. Age is nothing. It's a number. Blah blah blah.
She's still eating.
She's still eating.
starving. Leave me alone.
So
I'm not talking.
Yeah, it keeps her quiet. So I did want to throw it out there, Alex, to you in this day and age. How does it feel? What's it like? Is it something that you even think about? Is it something that you consider, oh, are there things in your mind going, oh, well, I wanted to do this by 30, or I wanted to do that by 30, or I want to do this by 35? I mean, what goes through your mind?
Well, I think it's safe to say that I've done everything I wanted to do by the time I was 30. I think that's a really great
Wow,
way to
that's
pose it,
huge.
Kelly Duffy, because I think I think in my 20s, all I was really focused on was growing up, getting the job, getting the apartment, paying for myself, having enough money to buy, Gucci belts if I wanted. And I've really achieved that, and that feels really good. And I'm really proud of myself because that's what I wanted. But I think now for me personally, and I think probably every woman and every person is different, but now I'm kind of done with it. And I'm realizing my cat's about to come into the shot. Now I'm realizing, okay, well, I have all that. I have the apartment, I have the job, I have the Instagram composition I've been working towards for 10 years. I
Because that's
have
what
my,
I've been working towards for the past 4 years, Instagram composition.
yeah, it's important. I have my hobbies, I have my interests. I think I know who I am for the most. I mean, there's still very much to learn. But now what I'm really starting to realize is that I do want to hopefully have a family one day, which is something I've never really thought of before. I've never given myself permission to think of. And now that I'm 30 and my eggs are old, per the conversation at the birthday party, I am a little worried that my eggs are going to be too old. So I'm thinking, these are the things I'm thinking about now. I'm legitimately thinking about freezing my eggs sometime in the next few years.
Okay.
Like just very adult things that you would never, like, you're like, oh, that's so far down the road. But I don't feel any different mentally, but I do feel physically different because I swear it's something that happens on like these milestone birthdays or these birthdays as you get older. Like it happened when I was 26 and it happened again. Like I swear your body knows, okay, I've officially been here for 30 years exactly. So I'm going to break down a little bit more and make you get Charlie horses more or whatever. But it's
Yeah,
all comes.
like that's going to be the worst. Hey, you know what? I don't think you have to freeze your eggs. Your sister has just like exceptional amounts of fertile eggs. She pops them out like Pez. So maybe just
One child. I was like, what are you talking about?
ask her for a couple of eggs. And
All I'm saying is you could just like, instead of like freezing your eggs, you could just like this is how it works. Like here's the egg, here's the sperm, and it's like you could have sex and have a baby.
Yeah, but I have to find a person that is like worthy
Oh,
of
that's overrated.
responsibility with.
That's overrated.
No, it's not. The reason I want a partner is because I have to watch you raise a child alone.
Oh, I'm doing fine. I'm
You
doing
are,
great.
you
I'm
are, but
doing
it's
amazing.
you
Oh,
are.
okay.
No, you are, but it's very difficult. It's hard, and I give you. That's what I'm saying. I give you so many
Having
props.
shit together, like I don't. So imagine having a kid when you have your shit together is probably way easier. Like you could hire a nanny probably. I'm poor. I just leave Evelyn like in her room locked all day, and then I just go to work. So it's like that's gonna come back to haunt me if we ever get famous. I don't lock my child in a room.
yeah, I was going to say, you got to be careful what you say. But you know what? I do understand what you're saying, Alex, because now you've already done some, amazing things already. And I'm sure have the potential to do even more, but you're right. I think at this age, and I think about that for you because I know you'd be an amazing mom. And I know that you would love to have that family and that, be able to give that way and receive that way. And I think about that for you. And I actually said a little prayer that,
Aww.
however it's supposed to happen, it would be very nice. It would be very nice because I know that you've thought about that and I know you have been talking about that.
I'm very picky though, so that's the other thing. Like I don't, I'm like Prince Harry, George Clooney type, not gonna say no.
Yeah, I get that. And you don't have to. You know that you can always take care of yourself. That's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful piece of I don't know if power is the right word, but it's a wonderful piece of
Don't say it to me like that. Yes.
Why? What do you mean?
Because I would get like a power trip.
Oh, I see what you're saying. So we go to your head. Okay, I get what you're saying. But anyway, so where do you see yourself then in 5 years? Do you see yourself achieving maybe this second set of goals that you just mentioned?
I mean, I think these goals are much more abstract than the goals that I had in my 20s. So I would say I've already achieved the goal of being open to it and realizing that that's something I do want if it comes along. But also, I still want to keep kicking ass as the independent woman that I am. And I would like to have, I have those goals, but I also think I want to have an apartment in Pittsburgh. I want to have an apartment in Chicago. I want to make sure this show is going very successful. I want to explore other opportunities in media with my other collaborators. I still want to have the amazing job that I have. Like, it's all uphill from here, except for your body, because that's downhill.
Wait till you get to be
hell from the outside.
Yeah.
I look great.
You do look amazing. And I love the humility. Sarah Ann, one goal, like just one. You're going to be 28, right?
Yeah.
Remember when you were complaining about being pregnant with me? Can you like do the math in your head and think of how many years back that was? One goal. Ooh, I don't know. I don't really have goals.
She's too good for those.
She'd
rather just wake up and throw it at the wall and see what happens.
I just let life come to me. Honestly, hasn't been that great so far. Just kidding. That's so terrible. No, since I already have child, I think that pressure is off of me a little bit, in the sense that I don't feel rushed to settle down and have a family. And well, I mean, like, I have a family, but like, I don't feel that sense that she does. So I kind of have the opposite of her, where I would rather now focus on my career, because that's the way it is for some people, where a lot of people know what they want to do when they're 21. A lot of people don't. And I'm one of those people who has never known what they want to do. All I know is I'm funny, I'm beautiful. And it's like, what can I use those things for, like moving forward? And I just feel like I'm really at my peak right now, especially beauty wise. So I have to like really act quickly. So I kind of actually know how you feel, like being 30. I'm like, oh, shit, like I really got to like use this ASAP. So, wherever we can take this show, I'm being dead ass serious.
I know, it's just so superficial.
I'm not. I'm
you're not
a superficial person.
I know.
On planet Earth. But yeah, I just like professionally, I would like. Do you want to explain your face, Mom, or do you want me to keep going?
No, that was in reaction to something else. It was not in reaction to you. I was going to ask, well, where do you see yourself then in 5 years or 10 years?
Oh, if you would have told me in 2015 that we'd be here, oh, I would not have been able to tell you. So I don't like that question, because you never know what can happen. And so many different choices lead you down so many different paths. So I don't want to, I've never given myself, where am I going to be in 5 years? Because I have no freaking clue, because I don't know where my passion is yet, except for doing this stuff with you guys. That's kind of it. Like right now, this is my passion, and this is something that I would prefer to take and do for the rest of my life, in some sense of the word, maybe eventually turn it into acting or, comedy or something like that. That would be ideal. But having this show and doing this with you guys is exactly where I want to be. It's just hopefully in a couple of years, we can be on a higher level, such as Netflix or Hulu or, some streaming service. Just a thought.
I like that you're speaking it aloud. I think we're all on the same page, and we have a lot of really cool pieces coming together. So,
speaking of which, Alexandra, you wanted to mention a couple of things about a website in particular, but you wanted to mention some things about Jason. So why don't you do that?
I do. I just want to give a shout out to our friend Jace. I can't talk anymore. This is what happens when you get to be 30. Your like mouth starts to decay probably, and you I'm just kidding. I don't think that's what it does. No,
Oh,
our friend Jason Shepard, he has been helping us with the development of a website. And we are very, very excited. It's not quite ready to launch, but he and his company, Dreamtown Productions or Dreamtown Websites. I'm not sure. It's Dreamtown. Either way, Jason is the man.
nice shout out to this.
I know I'm awful, but he knows that I love him, and he knows that it's all up here.
I just snorted. I just snorted.
You guys, sometimes it doesn't come out right. I can't beat myself up all the time. Okay. Anyways, so Jason, love you. I wore a V-neck just for you because I know I like crew necks, you like V-necks, and we thought about it in a funny way as we were deciding what kind of merch we wanted to get for Duffy Women. So this is to honor Jason today and all of his work. So thanks, Jason.
That's wonderful. And yeah, there's a lot of stuff ahead, a lot of stuff coming up, a lot of changes coming up, and it's all exciting. And Sarah, I do like that you said you don't like that question, but on the other hand, I think to myself, I don't think it's necessarily wrong to envision where you want to go or what you see or where you see yourself or where you would like to see yourself, because sometimes
exactly what I said.
She did. She said it.
Exactly what I said. But I think you started tweeting me out when I was like 24. So like maybe you just didn't hear me, but that's okay.
You were saying you don't like that question because no one knows where they're going to be. No one knows other than this.
But then she outlined it for the most part. She gave you a broad idea, just like I did.
Well, I mean, I'm just saying, we
have to start seeing Sarah as an adult and give her credit when she actually.
Thank you. It's rare. So.
It is rare. Yeah. I understand the pattern, Shelley. We've been doing it for 30 years. I am still the best child, just to be clear.
That's not where I was going, but it's not.
Whatever. I really don't. Honestly, I don't care at this point.
Really? You said it. I think you outlined it. You said you want the show, you want to be successful there, but I get why you don't like that question.
Yeah, okay. Moving on.
Anyway, Alex still wanted to do our would you rather question of the day, which is something that we did in the first season of this year. And it's just stupid, silly questions that you probably think about or don't think about. Would you rather be too busy or too bored? Which I think is kind of apropos for this particular show.
Ooh, probably too busy. I am too busy.
You don't even have to ask me. Like, why? You already know the answer. Why would you even ask that?
But here's the thing. Every time I try to come up with a question, seriously, I know what you would say. Like, I know
you're our mom.
I mean, I know your answer. I know Alex's answer. So I can't really get, I can't get anything that would be a surprise because I know.
Except for the cow and the dog question that one time.
What was that?
Let's not bring up the moo sex, please. Let's leave that in the past. Leave that in season 1. Let's ignore it.
I was rewatching that recently, and I just thought I would literally laugh every time I came.
Hey, you know what we didn't say? We had to say our hello to. Now I forgot.
Oh my God, you guys! You need to get it together. Her name is Jane. She emailed us. She's very nice, but you know what? I'm the only one who has my shit together in this episode.
Except you've been eating the whole time.
The whole time!
But here's the thing. I had it, and then I overwrote my document, and so I didn't have her name right there.
Overwrote the document.
And I knew it was something. But seriously, Jane, she sent us this amazing email, and it was just so very sweet. And so we just wanted to say thank you. She binged watched like all of our episodes. And
best way to do it.
What a thing. People do binge watch us. I've heard people say that before, and I'm like, really? That's so great.
Sounds like a lot.
Until tonight. So
again, why Netflix must be in our future.
I believe it is.
All right, let's promote anything that we need to promote, social media sites, etc., etc.
My dog's Instagram is like lacking in followers, so if you could go follow my dog's Instagram, just kidding.
I don't even know.
Wait, do I do Facebook? I do Facebook. So follow us on Facebook where you are right now, hopefully. If you don't like our page already, visit the top and hit that like button.
Yeah.
Really, it's just Duffy women. Just go there. Just
Just
find
Duffy Women on Facebook and on Instagram is
Doesn't
pretty
matter.
much it.
just Duffy women.
Good job. I'm proud of you guys.
We're doing so great, you guys. I'm really proud of us.
I'm really tired right now.
I know. It's hard.
I did not wax my mustache, so I'm gonna go do that.
Same.
I did not.
Same
I
thing.
seriously. I
You
looked
know, she's been looking at it in the camera the whole time. Like, oh my gosh, I should have waxed my mustache. Oh my gosh.
So I'm gonna go do that. But listen, hey, thank you so much, you all, for watching. I honestly still don't know why you do, but thank you for watching. And
funny.
Sarah's funny. That's
I
probably
said we're, but I meant me. But we're.
But anyway, thank you so much. I really appreciate it. We all really appreciate it. And I hope you guys have a great, great night.
Yes. Have a
Bye.
I'll miss you.
Bye. I'm going to miss you not.
Good thing we don't live in the same house, bitch. Bye.